Hello, it's Caroline here from Wide-Eyed, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about motivation. I've been thinking about that in terms of the role of a leader in motivating, and how many times I hear almost the fact that just people don't feel motivated because of something that someone else has done. And this made me think a little bit about something that I've intuitively thought and has now been sort of backed up by neuroscience. And that's the sense that that being engaged and really feeling connected to something actually leads to self-motivation. And Amy Brand goes into that in her Engage book extremely well, and really gives you a sense of actually self-motivation as being something that is more, it's sticky, it's much easier to maintain than relying on someone else to motivate you. And this got me thinking then about the role of leader in the motivation. And a little bit like I've talked about in my Creating the Vision, I think the role of a leader is really about enabling and creating an environment that allows people to participate. So my thoughts today are that the first one is about getting engagement, getting connection, getting everyone involved, whether that's right at the beginning, creating the vision, or whether it's when problem solving, getting everyone engaged, and really help them feel connected to the challenge or the issue, rather than them being just fed some information or fed some activity. So that really important piece, connection, and therefore the sense of being engaged. That then leads me on to my second thought, which is around how important, and when I've seen this work myself as a leader, when I've worked with big teams, everyone having something to champion. So often when people would come to me with a problem, if I let them talk a little bit further, they'd also have a solution, or at least a starting point for the solution. And then giving them the sort of wings, the opportunity to take that forward and to fix the problem, not only really gave them a sense of empowerment, but really motivated them, because they were not only able to identify something, but then actually be involved in fixing it. My third thought then is where I actually think the leader is specifically required, and this is around optimism and that sense of the fact that actually this is achievable. If we're all connected, if we're all championing something, then actually we can make a difference. And I think the role of leader in the language they use and their ability to make sure that everyone feels that we're all moving in the same direction, that we can overcome challenges, that we're not frightened of failure, we're going to together achieve something, is again a great motivator. I would always say to the leader, don't ignore the naysayers, because they could quite easily derail the process. And again, you get them involved and get them championing, they're going to again have a really powerful effect on the motivation of the whole team. So those are my thoughts for the day. 3 things around motivating. The first one, being connected and engaged. The second one, being a champion of the problem that you've identified. And the third one, having an optimistic leader who can help you move forward. So to leaders, I say probably your role is less about being the motivator and more about being the enabler of self-motivation, which I think has got far more sort of long-term benefits, and also going to require far less energy in order to keep people maintained and motivated. Also, Amy Brand looks at the fact that self-motivation in that context also ends up with self-management. So people not only feel motivated, but they then will go ahead and perform tasks and what have you without people having to be monitored or managed. So again, I'd love to hear your thoughts and get any feedback on that. And also, please do download my Making Compelling Tips for creating a great vision. I'll also be following this up with a webinar and a little mini course, which is really a starter and expansion of some of the thoughts that I've been sharing with you. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye bye.